My name is Chris Hungerford, and I teach at Excel Alternative High School in Marshtown, Iowa, and I've been teaching for 8 years now. And we are a high school. We serve students primarily grades 10 through 12. Overall, the project, we call it Virtual CEO, and they build their own corporation with the Simulation Capitalism Plus, and then they end up building a website for that business where they take assignments that they've done throughout the course, they put those on their website, they take information from the simulation and put that on their website in the form of graphs, and then they do some presentations and some other things that go along with it. The overall objectives for the course are for students to learn business in a fun way. I've tried to get away from doing the textbook things because the students we serve, which are alternative students, they're considered at risk. They haven't really succeeded in the traditional method of learning, and I wanted to give them something fun yet educational to learn, and using the simulation along with designing the website is a more hands-on approach, which works much better for our students. We do have an assessment rubric, but the main method of assessment is their website. For example, students will keep track of different data for their corporation, for example, revenue, net profit, and so on, and then they create a graph using Microsoft Excel, and they paste that into their web page, and they have to explain that chart in detail. So for example, a revenue chart, they would have to explain what revenue means, why their graph looks the way it does. If it goes up, explain year by year why that graph continued to go up, or if it dropped a certain year, why did your revenue drop. This activity fits into the course outline, and then it was just a tutorial where the students were learning one concept of business, which was product pricing. There's about 10 tutorials that they would do before they would actually start building their own company, and so then they take these tutorials and incorporate that knowledge into actually running the simulation, and then on to building their website and all the other activities that go along with that. I chose this particular teaching strategy because I wanted to use a constructivist way of learning in my classroom, and I wanted the students to be empowered in their learning and have more control of their learning instead of just having to do worksheets and tests and the traditional methods of learning this material. One of the great experiences of doing this activity has been to see students' reactions when they get involved with the stock market component of the simulation. They see that they can make a lot of money, and some of them have made, they make $100 million or more, and then that opens up a whole new world to them in the game where they can now add as many firms as they want, they can invest in other companies' stock, they can try to take other companies over, and so that part of it has really made it a lot of fun for them, and the fact that their minds are expanded when they can do so well in the stock market. Accountability for learning is another element of the model that's incorporated. Students are responsible for their own learning in the class Virtual CEO. It's their business, they're in charge of it, so if they goof it up, it's their goof up, and if it's their success, it's their success. And I'm just there as a facilitator trying to help them be a success at this, but the decisions they make affect how their business runs, and so it is all on them.